Yes, we're live. Okay, let me connect a few more things here. Um, I think this is if I go here and then go YouTube and then go yes. Things here. Oh, whoops. No, that's not what I want. Yes, and then I click on this. Yes, there we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So now I can paste that. Oops. Well, in the chat, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, Hamlet is a game I've been developing for a very, very long time, unfortunately. And we have now just put out a major update. So I just wanted to kind of the early access view of what's going to be coming out hopefully in the next few days about doing an official video about this project. Um, but you can kind of see the differences here with the old Hamlet, with the trees, and how they changed quite a bit. The characters are not changed too much. Um, we've completely redone the entire game, and it's just really exciting. And yes, it is a light survival game. So Hamlet is a turn-based roguelike RPG and an open world with light survival elements. So I think that's really cool. You can download, or well, okay, I can't, but you can download. I've confirmed this to be working, so hopefully we'll get some more feedback on that soon. But and I'm really hoping I can just hit play and we can play the Hamlet demo. So the demo is pretty street. The only thing you can't, I mean, you can wish it listed on Steam, but please use the URL. Apparently, opening web pages with Unity is kind of considered a no-no. So this is the demo version. We can see that here. We're on the 22.12.269 version. There's a lot of, definitely cool stuff here. For instance, you can delete all the slots and stuff. But yeah, so which are considered developer features. So maybe I should put a little, are you sure? Anyway, so we're just going to continue a new slot. We have slot settings. We have tutorials where it kind of says, hey, our first tutorial is to teach you how to use the tutorials. You can click anywhere to close them, which will not show them in the future. That's work in progress. And then click above closes panels. Most panels can be closed by clicking on their title bar, hiding them until you need them again. From there, yeah, so it does highlight the green what you can click on. Um, yeah, so if you just click here, there is a seed for the game, and then there's a character name that you will be able to select later, and then you can, yeah, and then you can just go back. Yeah, so from here you continue. This is the game menu. This is trying to show you that we're in 0.21, and then we've got these really great cadence future updates planned. I thought this would be really fun for and kind of the early access sort of roadmap that we're trying to build into the game, where you start out as a logger, which is kind of the restart of this entire game. Is just basically I was trying to get it down to farming, but it got a little extra fun. So the logging actually worked out much better, and that's what we're going with. So, and then in the next update, which should actually be out in the next month or two, it just depends on the next week of work and what I have planned. Um, Obviously, saplings are a big thing. Anyway, so yeah, so you'll be able to, do the mining upgrade, just, get the stone pickaxe and level up your mining skills. And then soon you'll do farming. Exploring is kind of an idea, and then builder, which you kind of can also sort of build right now, but maybe I should um, put that under the building system. Anyways, and then you can also become a guard, which will, protects the hamlet for profit. Anyways, and then the difficulty, uh, it's extremely difficult. It's I think it's relatively working right now, but I think it's just too fine tuned that you have to do a very specific process. So hopefully we'll get that improved, especially as we add more more features to the game. Anyway, so from here, we're just going to accept the logger, which will reload the world for us. If you quit during that stage, it does become a little dicey and you have to reload. Anyways, I'm closing everything down, but your mini map is active. It shows you that you're on the player. I think it's really cool. And then here again, we put the houses in there, but they're not really doing anything, although you can claim the house apparently. But yeah, so and then under here, let's see, it's yes, this button. So the mini map's pretty straightforward. You can just close them down. You can also under this menu, under the settings, you can show the mini map, and hopefully that will rehide it now. And the bottom left is it's called the mobile UI because it's meant to sort of, that you can tap on things, but it's basically W to move forward, S to move back, A to move left, and D to move right. You can hit Q, and as it's a light survival element, we're burning our resources, so we can just walk up and pick an apple from the tree. You can sidestep, although it's not very pretty in the game. And then there's some stuff letting you know, hey, things are happening. It's a day-night cycle right now. That's not really just kind of a lot of temporary stuff to kind of get the game in a state that I can work with. Um, although, yeah, here, let me go pick another apple. You could actually get some water, but it burns energy. So that's another trick to learn if you really want to do the mega survival. You die anyway. So we can drink water for free. It just takes ticks, I believe. Yeah, which are kind of important. Um, but yeah, and then if you like, you can wait a tick, and then now we're down to 90. So it's a tick-based game. It's not as bad, but every tick you do burn resources. Um, and oh yeah, it should. Anyways, those particles should have went away because you're like you got the drink of water. Anyways, I just like to close this down and hit W because well maybe it's actually nicer to have that open because it does highlight what key I'm pressing. Anyway, so we're gonna sleep. It takes quite a few ticks because we have a very low tier bed. We started out as Justin is our character name. You'll be able to change this in the future. Um, I had it working, but I put it behind a customization. Anyway, so we have an axe. We have 3 apples, which we picked. We have no experience. Oh no, we're level 1. Right, we're level 1. We're facing west. We're at the location. We can show our equipment, which shows you that we don't have the backpack. We just get the bed. Oh, we didn't. We're not showing the house. Okay, yeah. So I need to show the house there. And here's some extra logs information. There's a lot more planned, obviously. I was trying to get the house in to kind of showcase some cool stuff. There's the backpack right there, but you can just walk up to a tree, you hit W, and you start mining, logging that tree. It collects a bunch of resources, and you gain experience too while you're doing that. It's pretty good experience. I think it's like 2 experience per chop of your tree. So now we got to level 2. Um, oh, now we have saplings. So these are not supposed to be. Oh, they're even in the demo. That's so bizarre. Anyways, so yeah, so you're just talking to Justin is selling his resources to Uber. This is the character's name. I probably should get us some. I didn't want any UI in the character, although it's starting to grow. At this point, uh, we we should just walk away just to say yeah this G is supposed to be not available yet, but anyways, it just allows you to plant a sapling, which is a work in progress. So anyways, so we can sell all our items. So we still have a, oh yeah. So sorry, I'm like all excited about not talking to him, but yeah. So unfortunately, Uber's being a kind of a jerk and saying, please buy the game to upgrade your axe. So that's pretty much the end of the demo. You can collect like some more resources here, although you're out of energy. Yeah, see, it needs 1 energy. Could kind of let you know a little bit more, but then the bed's kind of letting you know as well that you need to sleep, gain all that energy. But yeah, so that's pretty much the demo. You can actually quit, and then wish list it, but then you can also continue the progress. Although I think it kicks you out of the bed, and then you can just continue to sleep. So maybe I should add the functionality to sleep in the bed. while you're saving. So yeah, so this is kind of the sapling. It's just meant to be a. I wasn't able to move forward, and I was like, why can't I move forward? And I'm like, oh yeah, because there's a sapling there now. Uh, which at some point maybe I'll allow you to um to play your walk on the sapling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so the full game, yeah, so you can continue the Justin slot, which is great. Um, yeah, and then since I have the money, and so now I can just you should be able to sell me no more items, and then so now I can buy the stone axe from Justin. So that's great. From there, you pretty much can go through, and now that we have some survival elements, we have a little bit of water, some samplings. It's 100 water for one canteen or whatever, and now that we've got a better axe, we can actually just plow through the trees, and then from there you should be able to upgrade your bed right here because we have that. I should have shown that first, but we have an axe, a tier 2 axe. Uh, so now we need a copper upgrade to axe. So from there, your pretty much options are to get to level 4 in logging, which isn't that far away actually, or you can gain up to 1,000 copper, and I'm sure Uber will explain this for us over here. Yeah, you can sell your stuff to him, and then Uber will say, "Yeah, we drank some water. Oh yeah, there's just a bunch of garbage to sell. Yeah, there we go. No more items to sell, and I'll sell you a copper axe for 1,000 copper. So that's pretty much the next, and unfortunately, final piece of the game right now is to get to that 1,000 copper axe. From here, you could actually as well, oops, build like a chest, for instance, and then now you can claim the chest, and then you can store your copper in the chest. So now your copper, with everything in the game, there's a weight system. So because we stored, I think it's like 1.5, although we might bump it up a little bit just to make it. It's definitely everything's changeable at this point. Um, that it allows you to, things are just a work in progress right now. Um, and yeah, so from there, yeah, you can work towards those goals, and that would be really um, to improve the game. Uh, yeah, so now we can quit. We can still continue. I think that actually that's partly buggy, but hopefully yeah, it allows you to do that pretty easily because yeah, and I think I might have to hit G or something to bring up this menu if you want. But yeah, because that seems kind of a little annoying that it's just popping up everywhere. The saplings actually don't do anything in the game, but they'll eventually grow up into trees and they'll hopefully look a lot better. Anyways, from there, we're running a little bit of water, so I'll let you explore the one way, the two ways I should say that you could die from lack of resources, let's say, and yeah, so that's the game. It's pretty cool. I think it's got a lot of potential, but I think it's a lot to do still. Um, yeah, so we can continue. You can see here that doing the mining update, which is actually probably, I don't know, maybe 15 half an hour's work, but we're trying to get the gameplay really really solid. Um, before we move on. And then in the minor upgrade, we'll probably add customization back into the game and other things like that. From here, you just quit the world if you want to. You can also delete the slots, which does say, hey, do you want to delete it? And then you always have Justin there if you want to continue, for what your character will be. Yeah, so from there, yeah, so you can wish list. You just basically go to here, click on the stem page, and then add it to your wish list or whatever. or you can follow it, ignore, or whatever you want to do. Anyway, so it's oh yeah, it's got the family sharing enabled. That's cool. Yeah, it's this is probably going to change a little bit because I thought about adding the rating pending here. It's mild fantasy violence, which is combat. I think we might eliminate combat, although that's something to really think about. And then alcohol references with crafting we might eliminate as well because um, we're not dwarves, we're gnomes or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it's yeah, it's definitely a roguelike with the turn-based movement. I think that's one of the most interesting things for me. Its grid movement is interesting, but yeah, and then Steam is also um, but yeah, I do have a lot of plan for the game. Um, yeah, so it's got a little, kind of updated this a little bit, but it's basically the idea is that you're trying to build up enough resources to, build houses, wells, and chests for people might be a thing too. Start making people happy, um, and just kind of meant to be a town. The exploration, the open world is very limited right now. I will definitely say that. Um, that it's pretty limited right now, but as it grows, it should. That's definitely something I'd like to work on as we improve in our gameplay. Um, yeah, and then if you go to here, you can see. Oh, well, I'm kind of being a moron, an idiot right now because I was like talking about my channel, but I'm like, oh yeah, they're watching this on my channel right now. So the channel has quite a few videos about how the development log, 27 development logs, about 4 years ago. So yeah, that was pretty big. I got married, I moved, kind of got a lot of stuff going on, and I took a step away and still developed just tons and tons of projects. um, yeah, as you can look at my LinkedIn profile here, I also took a job for a while. Um, and then you can see, yeah, so I'm a real person. I'm trying to make this as a job. Um, yeah, so it's like I'm kind of still temping for WME currently. Um, yeah, so yeah, it's just kind of an IT consultant. And then this is where Haven Studios really comes in. But I think that's part of the problem is uh, that when you develop stuff like this, oh, I probably should put more than like software development. But anyways, when you develop for yourself and you do it, partly as I have throughout the years, I think it's like people are just like, that's not professional, and da 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 da. So I'm hoping that this game really will continue to be that solid, really fun game that I want to play. Although it's about 5 or 10, 15 minutes, but it still seems fun to kind of run through a couple times, especially as I add new features and stuff. And then, like for instance, the thing about it for me is like, I'd like to be able to say, you know, um, oh, I don't like how when I hit G to plant a sapling, that is up all the time. So I'd like to be able to hit G and then it brings up the context menu and hit G again or something to plant a sapling. Um, anyway, so this is developed with Unity. I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. So yeah, so you can see that Justin is basically continuing. There's more slots planned, but yeah, I think right now it's just three. You can see that we're in the demo here, which I should be able to still continue and have the bed, right? So I still have the bed here at the tier. Oh no, it's a tier one bed. Interesting. Oh, it never updated it. Yeah. Yeah. So just fix bugs and then say, okay, well, this is kind of a little annoying to say to bring this up. So, add in that feature here. And then let's see, what's our weight right now? 31. Probably not even gonna, yeah, didn't even drop our weight that much. But anyway, so yeah, it's just continue to add features, to continue to add in the more stuff there. and yeah, and then fix things and improve things. And I think it's in such a great state. Although the world isn't very big right now, when I'm adding the saplings and get them to grow into trees, which is kind of where I'm at, improve the housing system a little bit. Although I'm not sure, I really like the beds out in the open, for instance, um, and I like the ability to, you know, manage all that. Um, yeah, so obviously we do have a tier two bed, but yeah, I think that's really great. But yeah, I think it's nice and also nice maybe if we that there's somehow I'm still trying to think of how to transition into the house and make it look cool and then but also like keep it like that you can build stuff in your house and then there again get bonuses and cool stuff like that. So I'm like, why is there 100 here? But yeah, it's because of the tree. But yeah, so and then continue to improve upon just everything and just make it just a really fun game. Which I think this is just a great platform right now, and I think it's really good to get back on Steam and get it updated. And um, I don't really can't really talk about the numbers, I guess, but I don't know. Everybody does, but I don't know. It's one of those things. But I don't know. I really wish I don't know. But yeah, so it's 9.99. There will be a discount when I release it. I'm not sure when the release is. I'd like to be able to get it to at least a few hours of gameplay. I'm not sure how to really push that gameplay. That's kind of the next big thing is to push the gameplay so that there's a lot more gameplay there. Um, and as I add, let's add housing and building and exploring and social and stuff like and quests and um, various elements that I have planned. I think that will definitely raise that level up. And then at some point decide is combat warranted? Is um, dungeons a thing? There's a whole cycle of that there. Uh, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to showcase what we're working on, and pretty much it's ready to go to download that demo and play it, and then wishlist it as well, and then just continue to increase that. Continue to probably do some programming dev channel stuff. Um, uh, you can kind of see through the Minecraft improvements there. Uh, we uh, we did, yeah, and then hopefully some of the. I think there wasn't. Where was that? What are some other videos? I don't think I pushed out a real actual live video in such a long time. Yeah, yeah. So I definitely need to get back to that. There's about 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours of live stream. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So I just yeah. God, there must be more. Yeah, there's probably 12 or 16 hours of programming live stream that I've done. Maybe that's helped or hurt, but yeah, this Minecraft system, pseudo Minecraft system, I should say, nothing to do with Minecraft. A grid-based movement of building and walls and stuff like that. Which yeah, is kind of the basis for part of this. I think I took the core components and took some other elements, put it all together. Yeah, and I think it's just really good. I had yeah. Uh, anyway, so that's pretty much that. I just want to thank everybody. I usually say I love you all. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to the future where we can continue. I'm kind of having to work full time now, um, doing other jobs, so I'm really hoping that although I have the next week off, I think. So I'm really hoping that I can devote a lot of extra time to getting this kind of more polished up, um, hopefully, and then start focusing on those updates that I have planned, which should go really quick. The farming update might take quite a bit longer, but as I'm hoping I have all the subsystems in place and cool stuff, and build all those things first, and then it will be much easier to say, okay, I can do this, hit G, and then it tells you, oh, you can plant wheat here or whatever. Anyways, Yeah, so that's really good. I'm hoping this kind of takes off and that I can be either getting a full-time job or developing full-time because I love programming so much. And I feel like I'm relatively good at it. I don't know. No, then I'd have this complete game under my belt. I think will just be like, hey, look, even if no one buys it, it's a full on fun game you can play for 4 to 5 hours, and then think about adding that next stage, like adding the dungeons and exploration back. There's a lot of videos on my channel. I think in the playlist might be a little bit better way to showcase this, but I think there's over 96 videos about, yeah, yeah, this is unlisted, but yeah, there's some unlisted stuff here. I guess it's showing off, but yeah, yeah, so yeah, here's some portfolio videos where I talk about what I've done. Um, yeah, and then yeah, and then I've got oh yeah, I also was doing project knowledge for a while, so I'd like to be able to do that a little bit, but yeah, and then yeah, I did some JC fun stuff, yeah, so anyway, so yeah, um, yeah, and then Project Canada, oh yeah, yeah, it was I don't know, it's just recently like, oh, I was applied for a space game. I'm like, no, really, I do, and applied for a card game, and it's like I've built so many. If you look through um my Unity packages here, which I've broken it down into all this different stuff. But if you look at just my Unity, like here's my pre 2018 project. So it's like I built 20 or 30 of these. Um, and then under here, like the GitHubs, you can see all the GitHubs in Project Canada that's there. My other apps and game, the game engine sort of starts out here. This is kind of post Hamlet. And then I developed it for several iterations up to about here. And then I kind of rebranded it to just the game, just the Haven game. Uh, but yeah, and then I took a lot of that experience and basically redid it. Um, yeah, and then you can see the Hamlet Steam, the 065 versions, and then yeah, and I do some other like repos, I think it would be called. Yeah, so I've done some other Slack attacks in here and stuff like that, which is a kind of a text-based RPG. And then yeah, here's my post 2019. So I've done probably 10 or 20 projects, 30 projects, I don't know, a lot. And then from there, we start breaking it down to years. So, I mean, look at that. Let's just like jump ahead to 2024. I already have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Yeah, 28 games just in projects alone. And then here's the Minecraft. So I did almost 15 parts of Minecraft. Um, like it's just Minecraft like, right? It's not Minecraft. It's just kind of me developing a Minecraft like. Yeah, it's just the block space and developing the yeah. And then yeah, here's a few more. Oh yeah, I think when I developed under 2019, so Unity 2019. Anyways, go through there. There's probably some of these projects started back then and then were updated and pushed into 2023 and stuff. The same with here. Like for instance, we just pulled in the context menu from the RPG farm clear back in 2020 or 2021 or whatever that was. Yeah, it was just insane. And here's the homesteaders for the original GitHub that's still out there and then yeah, and then there's a lot of utility AI is actually a really great example of how the NPCs are going to go. I hope eventually, and then 2023, yeah, we did probably 20, 30 projects. Yeah, so I just throughout the years, I don't know, I guess I developed with a lot of projects in mind, prototyping and developing, and I think it just kind of that culmination led to probably 6 months of developing on a couple different prototypes, and then that kind of came into a big crunch because of how the engine and the code was going, and it became really difficult. And there's just too many prototype projects in there as well, so I just redid it with a project, woodworking project, and then it just became this really cool um, game. So yeah, so you can see, yeah, a lot still needs to be done, but it's still just amazing to think, and hopefully it will be very exciting, and everybody will want to take this journey with me. Anyways, love you all. Take care. Thanks for joining me to showcase Hamlet. Putting the word out is kind of the next big step to try to just increase the wish list, get some eyeballs on it, so people, and then eventually try to get a release out there, so people that have, you know, wish listed in the past and continue to can get a full game, and then they can, I don't know, I don't know what we'll do at that point, but hopefully I've got adding in like Steam Workshop and stuff like that is like post-launch ideas, I think, at this point. But anyways, there's a lot to do, a lot of ideas. It just depends on how the next